I live and die for adventure, and I feel that life is just too darn short to ignore a dream and not live it. And it's great to know that I'm not the only one. All the way across the North American continent, down in Texas, I have a dear friend, a brother, that feels the same way that I do. These are the cliff notes of spending just one hunting season in Brian Stevens' backpack.
This is what you wait your whole life for right here as a hunter.
Yes! Yes! Can you believe that? I truly am living the lifestyle I've always dreamed of. And not just a lifestyle, I'm sharing it with a gorgeous girl. And we share the same passions. A level of love you can't explain until you're a daddy. It's all of these things tied into a world that I live for, that we live for. A world filled with magnificent creatures and adventure. A world I just can't live without.
He is unbelievable. Are you kidding me? Kawaii. How exciting was that? How exciting was that?
Look at his brown tongue! Oh, he's so wicked.
Neighbor. He just stood up and looked the other way. The moment we've been waiting for so long. Better do it.
StealthCam proudly presents Live2Hunt with Cody and Kelsey.
One of the greatest things about the sport of hunting are the friendships that are created. I first met Mr. Brian Stevens on a mule deer hunt 4 years ago, and from this adventure, our friendship began.
Where do you keep that mule deer tag, bud?
I keep it close to my heart, Code.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Probably shouldn't tell me that because I'm gonna go for it. The next time you got your hand in the cookie jar in the cooler getting lunch out, I'm gonna jersey you like a Canadian boy would playing hockey. I'm gonna take that tag and I'm gonna run.
That was...
Yeah, good job, buddy. Congratulations, Brian.
Thanks, Code.
You did. You did awesome, man.
Appreciate it.
Code? Yeah. Good work, buddy. It was a wicked experience.
From that day on, Mr. Stevens and I have become great friends. Over time, I've learned about how passionate he is about the sport of hunting, how serious he is about chasing his dreams, and how focused he is to succeed. This guy has solely on his own created the opportunity to live the lifestyle we all dream of. Privileged opportunities like hunting the high mountains of British Columbia for stone sheep and mountain goats, and not one thing has been handed to him. His fall is much like ours, a whirlwind of traveling from hunt to hunt across North America. The first hunt of Brian's I want to share with you is for Colombian Blacktails down in southern Oregon, an animal I personally have never hunted. But after watching this footage, I can't wait for the chance.
Medford, Oregon, first night. Bowtech Bo's been drugged through the Yukon on horseback, raking trees, just absolutely getting tore up for 2 weeks on a horse. And we put the sight back on, and check this out. Tomorrow we're gonna be hunting trophy blacktail. Can't wait.
Live2Hunt with Cody and Kelsey is brought to you by StealthCam, Proven. Conquest Sense, the makers of Evercom. Vortex Optics, the force of optics. 10-Point Crossbow Technologies, there is no substitute. Black Eagle Arrows, superior carbon technology. Rage and Squincher.
Brian hunts blacktails year after year, and I can see why. While a lot of people think they're just a smaller mule deer, they're absolutely not. They're much smaller in body size and antler frame. They like heavy cover compared to muleys that like more open ground. And one thing that really draws me to them is the fact that you rarely ever see a good hunt on camera for Colombian blacktails. And for good reason, they're nicknamed the Ghosts of the Pacific.
Day one in southern Oregon, and we're already covered up in deer. Colombian Blacktail. Absolutely eat up with them, and I'm with the right guy out here. Mike Lee, Southern Oregon Blacktails. He's a specialist, and you need a specialist for special deer because they're very shy, very hard to get deer with your bow. So we're really excited about a buck that we've been watching for a couple of years that we call Base Junk. He's just a cool, basically a big 3x3 with all kinds of extra stuff coming out of his bases. We're hunting the transition zone between a bedding area and these agriculture fields below us here. We're right in between. There's all kinds of trails and stuff coming through, so these deer are back and forth.
Even though Brian creates opportunities for himself, it doesn't hurt to be lucky too. On the first evening in his stand, their target buck came out of the shadows.
That's an awesome buck, man.
Nice.
Look at that.
Oh, holy cow. Oh, man, that is a treasure. Dude.
Colombian blacktail deer. Look at this. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Oh my gosh.
A beast, man.
He's got crazy 4 different non-typical points here. A couple here, mainframe 3x3. Look how mature he is. He's really big bodied for a Colombian blacktail.
Yeah, he's above average body. If there was such a thing as extremely unique, this would be one.
Yeah.
You know.
Last year I shot a double main beam, really a 3x3 wide, tall buck for a unique trophy blacktail deer. You've got to get a hold of Southern Oregon Blacktails. Mike Lee, he's the man. Some people don't realize that body-wise they're not as big as a mule deer, and they're not obviously in the antler department they're not as big as a big mule deer, but such a specialty species.
They're very different. You know, the bifurcated antlers is the largest similarity, you know, but you know, in their behavior, their habits, you know, where they range, I mean, you can only find them in, you know, essentially the Pacific Northwest. And it just so happens that Southern Oregon's got, you know, some of the best genetics.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I also love the venison on blacktail.
Yeah,
I think it's excellent.
I'm certain this buck's going to be pushing hard in the 140 marks, which is tremendous.
If this thing's in the 140 kind of realm, there's a really good chance this could be somewhere around number 3.
Yeah,
in
3
Oregon.
or 4 in the state for velvet
For
non-typical.
all-time Colombian blacktail velvet. That's incredible.
That is
Which just sweetens
That is
the
awesome.
pot even more.
That's awesome.
I absolutely love it.
awesome.
I think it's so great. It's just
Oh.
fantastic.
Couldn't happen to a better dude either.
And you
Happy
get
for
people that don't appreciate this type of a deer. They want the perfect for you.
How
They
could you
want
not?
the typical deer, and
Oh.
and so it's neat when someone appreciates the species like Brian does and can appreciate the unique factors, because it's a trophy that, I mean, you can't normally do it on purpose.
You'll never replace.
You just never. That's tough to repeat.
From British Columbia to Oregon, to the rolling hills of Big Sky Country, the Brian Stevens train hunted on.
Ancient old mule deer buck in the Sweetgrass Hills of northern Montana. Oh, it doesn't get any better than this. Taking a mature deer with a bow is about as tough as it gets.
From Montana, we met our pal in Texas on the Charco Morano Ranch, the one hunt we look forward to sharing each year with our pal Brian and his ever so sweet family. On this hunt, his daughter Emma shot a beautiful buck with the 10-point crossbow.
That's special stuff.
And Brian connected on a smoke show buck of his own he'd been hunting for 2 years, his largest whitetail buck to date, a personal best for the time being.
Good for you. Good for you. Give me a hug. Good work, boy.
Texas came and went far too quickly, and we all went our separate ways to continue gathering those stories that we all live for. Our journeys took us back to Canada, while Brian ended up in Colorado. Not something you could have predicted, but this quickly turned into the hunt for what could be his new largest whitetail to date. A situation I can relate to so many times. Not the chance to break my personal best twice in one season, but taking last-minute shots to convince yourself you're ready to live that moment and capitalize.
This is it right here. This is the pinnacle. If I get this buck, it'll be the biggest whitetail I've ever shot. And to say I'm a little bit nervous is a major understatement. This is what you wait your whole life for right here as a hunter. All the practice, all the experience you can muster. You gotta do everything right on a deer like this. Within about 50 yards right now. Well, it was a very close call. We were 35 yards. The wind was kind of switching around, so we went to make one last little adjustment. And the deer got up, and we had no choice. He was looking our way to pop the decoy up. I think we surprised him a little bit. He did not smell us, and I don't think he saw us. He saw that decoy, so it may take a few days to relocate him, but I do think he'll be back in here. So hopefully we'll catch back up to him. It's a tough break.
"5 days came and went before they relocated the giant whitetail buck that they decided to call Jay. Within bow range and out of nowhere, the buck bolted again. In the moment, Brian's guide tied doe-bleeded, and the big old buck slammed on the brakes and came back.
Well, we just had an awesome 12 days of hunting. It's the day before Thanksgiving, so we're headed home now to go be with our families. And we're just really thankful for that opportunity, but also excited about the opportunity to come back for the opener of rifle season December 1st in eastern Colorado here. We're gonna bring the Cooper rifle back and hopefully get another opportunity at Jay. So very, very excited.
Live to Hunt with Cody and Kelsey is brought to you by Stealth Cam, Proven, Limb Saver, products that work, Mossy Oak, it's not a passion, it's an obsession, Diamond Archery, cutting edge innovations, Walker's Game Ear, protect it or lose it, Cooper Firearms of Montana, and Heater Bodysuit.
So we're back from Thanksgiving, getting ready to head out. First day back after a 5-day break. All I can think about is this buck. It's opening of rifle season in eastern Colorado, and we're gonna go with the Cooper rifle and have a little more range. This buck's pretty educated now, so it's gonna be a lot tougher, but we're up for the challenge.
This hunt was quickly turning from simply a chapter in Brian's hunting season to a novel of its own. Even though he was rifle hunting, over the course of 3 more days, the closest they came to this buck was finding one of his sheds from a few years before. I'm sure something that would excite you, yet torment you at the same time.
It's day 15, and our buck, we call him Jay, and we're leaving the restaurant, and we see this sign behind us, no Jay. I'm not really sure what to make of that. It's pretty frustrating to see that sign after 15 days of hunting, but nevertheless, we're gonna stick with it. We're gonna power through it. We're not gonna let that affect us, and we're gonna keep pursuing this big buck.
Day 19. Finally, Brian had Jay in his vortex again, and persistence proved to pay off, as they stayed on the buck until he bedded down.
Probably 150 yards of this buck bedded on a fence. It's a dicey situation. Getting really close now.
Yes! Yes! Can you believe that? Can you believe that? We got him, dude! We got that son of a gun! Oh! We have been after this buck for 19 days now. 19 days we've hunted this buck. I don't know how big that deer is. What I do know is, I don't care. That deer is one of the very most special deer that I've ever hunted. That's Jay, dude. Oh.
seeing this. How beautiful is that? Oh, here he is, and he's down, and he's beautiful, and he's going back to Texas. This is such a gorgeous deer. Eastern Colorado. Ty McFarland, couldn't have done it without him. Great new friend. Known each other just less than a month now, and just shared the hunting experience of a lifetime with him. So won't be the last.
They don't all end like this, but this one did.
A gorgeous animal for a fellow buck hunter and dear friend, and nobody deserves him more.
To follow the Live2Hunt team, join us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. To order Live2Hunt DVDs and apparel, go to live2hunt.com. Next week's previews brought to you by Squincher, hydration that works.
Next week, we're taking you on the cliff notes of our unbelievable season. So many individual moments, stories, and memories that made this one of Live2Hunt's best years yet. The highest of highs that we crave so much. The lowest of lows that we dread that come with hunting. And the lighthearted, funny moments that don't make the regular season. It's all of these moments that remind me that we're living the greatest life on earth. See you next week.